on a dirt road to happiness. So I wire myself on a highway to gratitude, which changes all your emotions. And then I do a 3-minute process of kind of a prayer for my family and friends. And then I do a 3-minute process of the top 3 things I want to accomplish. I see it as done, and I feel it. I'm done in 10 minutes. So sometimes I go 20, but my deal is 10, so there's no excuse to do it. Most people have a belief about what their real potential is no matter what you tell them. And that affects how much action they take. And of course, that affects the result. And then ironically, that result reinforces their belief. And their belief affects it. So, I'll give you an example. Let's say a person has unlimited potential, we all agree. But they take little action, little results. Why? Because they have to start with a problem with their belief. They don't believe it's really going to happen for me. Maybe for Frank Kearns because he's got the cool hair and stuff, or maybe it's for you because you're so driven, but it's not me. Maybe Tony Robbins because he's a freak, got these big teeth. What happens is, if you believe there's very little potential, how much action are you going to take? Nothing, little. And when you take little potential with a little action, what kind of results do you get? Lousy little results. And when you get little results, what does that do to your belief? You go, see, I told you this was a waste of time, told you this wouldn't work. And then what happens? You tap even less potential, you take even less action, you get even worse results, and your belief is even weaker. And this sucker feeds on itself until you are in a downward spiral.
It's poisonous.
It's poisonous and it's self-fulfilling. Now, what if something could happen that could come along and fill you with a sense of absolute certainty? Not like I believe, but mean where you know. In you guys' case, mine as well, we knew because we had to. Because we burned the boats. There was no other option. We had to find a way. We weren't going to live that way. We all did it in different ways and for different reasons, but in essence, that was it. If you get yourself in a state of certainty that this is going to work, I'm going to find a way, and if this doesn't work, I will make the way, then you tap a lot more potential. And when you're certain in your potential, you take massive action. You take massive action, you get great results. When you get great results, your brain goes, see, I told you I was a stud. I told you this thing would work out. Now you're even stronger. You tap more potential, take greater action, greater results. That's how you went from $300 in a week to 2,500 in 5 days to 100,000 in a month, $1 million in a day. Same thing with you. And we get momentum. That's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Now some people go out and they go, well, I'm going to take a bunch of action. All right, I'm going to open this product. I'm going to try it. And they'll say to you, I even did it. But it's like a salesman who goes and knocks on the door, and he knocks on 100 doors and says,
you don't want one of these, do you?
Yeah, exactly right. And even if he doesn't say it verbally, his face says it because he doesn't believe it's going to work. So his voice, his body, the execution is so weak. Maybe if he talks to 100 people, somebody's going to buy out of pity. You don't want his kids to starve, right? But he's not going to get the result. So the core difference in people is how do you produce certainty when the world isn't giving it to you? You go out and you try. In your case, you're 100,000 in debt, and nothing's working. How do you keep yourself going? The way you did it, the way I did it, the way you're doing it, we may not have done it consciously, is we didn't change our potential. That was there. And it wasn't even taking more action. Taking more action with a belief's not going to work, it's not going to change anything. We got results in our head that made us feel certain as if it had already happened. I want to show you what you can do with this focus. Try this for a moment. I'm going to give you a test. Sit up in your chair with some energy. Make sure your buddy next to you is in a strong state. If otherwise, adjust their state. Come on, change their physiology. What are they going to do? See if they're ticklish. That might help. Now do that.
Hotwire hides brand names, so you can drive off with more money in your pocket.
Do this. I want you to look around this room right now and find everything in this room that you can find that is brown as fast as you can. Look for brown, look for brown, look for brown, look for brown. Look around you, look for brown, look for brown, look for brown. Okay, close your eyes. I'm going to give you a test. With your eyes closed now, shout out loud everything you saw that was red. If you see a lot more brown right now than red, say yes. Open your eyes, look for red now. I want you to really look for red. Look for red, look for red, look for red. Anything you can find that's red, look for red. All around you, look for red. Raise your hand if you found more red this time and say I. Why did you find more red this time? Because seek and you shall. That's right. Whatever you focus on, you're going to find it. In fact, let me tell you something. You'll even find it when it's not there. How many saw burgundy, called it red, just so you could have more things you counted? Raise your hand, say, aye, come on. See, whatever you're looking for, you're going to find. So if you want to change your life, my friends, you got to change your physiology and you got to change your focus. By the way, how fast can you change that stuff? How fast, my friends? How fast? How fast? Come on. In a heartbeat, once you rechange your conditioning. That's all you got to do. And you can do it fast. You can do it with a question or two. Try this right now. Answer this question in your mind and be honest. What in your life today, if you wanted to be, could you feel proud about right now? If you wanted to feel proud, if you didn't feel like I shouldn't be proud, if you wanted to feel proud, what could you be proud of in your life today? Your children, your health, your body. Is there a problem you faced? Instead of running from it, you finally stepped up and handled it? What could you feel proud of in your life today if you wanted to feel proud? How many can think of something? And when you think about this thing you're proud of, what about that makes you feel proud? What do you focus on that makes you feel proud? How do you breathe when you really start to feel proud? What's the kind of look on your face that starts to happen when you let yourself feel proud? Yeah. How's that feel? Think of another area of life. Think of an area of life that you're grateful for. Or if you are not grateful, if you wanted to be grateful, what's an area you could feel grateful for? What could you feel grateful for if you really wanted to feel grateful? How many can think of something you can feel grateful for? Let me see your hands. And what about that are you grateful for? What do you focus on that makes you feel grateful? How does it feel when you're really, truly feeling filled with gratitude? Here's one. If you wanted to be excited about your life right now, and you were willing to be excited, you're willing to buck everybody else's trend, what could you feel excited about in your life if you wanted to feel excited? What could you get excited about if you really focused on it and you really took it in? And you weren't in a negative place. What could you get excited about if you wanted to be excited in your life? What could you get excited about? How many of you can think of something you feel excited about right now? Raise your hand. Let me see your hand. Say I. When you're really excited about it, what about that excites you? Or when you're really excited, how do you feel? How do you speak? What's your life like? By the way, when you're excited, does it tend to touch other people? Yes or no? Absolutely. By the way, do people have a tendency, by the way, who feels different right now than just even a couple moments ago? Raise your hand and say I. Why? Because focus is controlled by questions. If you ask a different question continuously, not once, continuously, you will get a different answer. If you ask a lousy question, you get a lousy answer and a lousy state. Somebody says, why does this always happen to me? It doesn't always happen to you, but the brain's like a computer. Ask it a question, it'll have to come up with an answer because you deserve it, you idiot. Someone will say, how come I can never lose weight? You can lose weight, but if you keep saying, how come I can never lose weight? The brain's got to come and answer. It goes, you're a pig. Lousy questions create what? Lousy answers. Ask a better question, get a better answer. Now, here's what I want you to get. I want you to get that you can change your state. How fast, guys? How fast? How fast? And if you get the habit of doing it, you'll have a different life. Emotion.
We're gonna stop there. We're gonna stop there for right now. Isn't it so good? I love him. Stuff that you never think about. Nobody ever teaches you. All right. Any takeaways for anybody that they want to share or that they were struck by? I can share it.
I really liked how kind of just his last statement, you know, just about how like if you're however you're thinking about that or whatever you're saying about that situation, like that's the only result you're gonna get because that's all you believe is possible.
Yeah. I love his diagram talking about that's how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's because it goes back to their belief, which then manifests in their actions, which then manifests in their results, which then fuels their belief. And so his question was, how can you grow your belief? How can you get yourself results in your head before taking action? Which is why I talked so much to you guys about picturing the future successful you and how did they show up? How did they have conversations with people about this? How do they talk about it on social media? Because if you can picture that person, it will grow your belief because that person is unshakable. Right? That person's already seen success with this. So their belief is huge. So how can you feel that belief today before taking action? Thank you for sharing, Lauren. Anybody else?
I'll share.
Really?
I will say that the whole like changing your belief is like key, because after this weekend, yesterday, I was just like, oh my gosh, I am like the best leader on my whole team. And the way I like showed up and like talked to people, I had like 10 people responding and they're like, okay, yeah, where do I sign? I was like, okay, yes, of course you're going to sign up with me. Like, cause I had literally just changed my mindset as like, you want to do this? I'm building a powerhouse team. Don't get in now, you're missing out. Like,
Yeah, that is amazing. That is exactly how it's done. Yay, Maddie. Love that. Shay, you want to say anything? I know that you had the switch happen for you a while back.
Yeah, I think it was just, honestly, for so long, it was like when you're told your whole life, like, don't ask for things, be grateful for what you have. You don't need more, like God gives you everything that you need. And then it's like, yes, but that doesn't mean I can't go for big things. And it doesn't mean that I can change it. So like I had to change my mindset around the way my whole business works of like, I'm capable and I'm able and like I deserve big things, and that's not wrong of me to ask.
And it's helping more people.
Right. And changing that whole mindset of like, yeah, extra income is awesome. And yes, building a team is awesome, but helping people is like the best part. And the more people you help, the bigger your business gets. So it's this whole compound effect that we talk about all the time of like just helping people and your whole business will change. But if your mindset is stuck around, I can't ask for more, I can't, I need to just be grateful for what I have, it keeps you from helping people.
Oh, wow.
Because you need to point it out to them that they deserve more. But if you don't believe that yourself, you're not going to help somebody else do the same thing. Like you have to believe so hard in your business and in your program and in your shakes and in your nutrition that it like oozes out of you. So that when you talk to somebody about it, they know that it's real, because it is. But if you don't believe, and that was one of the things I had to do, was believe that this business is so freaking real. And like going to Summit helped, and like being friends with these top coaches and like hanging out with other successful coaches was like, oh wait, this is real. This business is real. But if I didn't believe it, bless you, then how am I supposed to lead other people to it as well?
So I'm going to ask you a follow-up question. How, as a newer coach who doesn't have a ton of experience yet with the programs or the products or things like that, do you grow that belief in what you're offering?
Well, one, those I am statements are so freaking powerful, because even if you don't fully believe it yet, the more you write it down and the more you pour into yourself, the more you're going to believe it. And I believe wholeheartedly that you have to educate yourself. So even if you don't have your complete results yet and you don't have like your program that you love, Beachbody has so many videos and so many trainings that it's like, educate yourself on what we have. Even if you're new and you don't have results and you're just starting, educate yourself on what we have, because the power of knowledge is like, you can't replace that.
Also, go to Super Saturday this coming weekend. Events
Any
help grow your belief.
Any live event is huge.
Yeah,
I agree.
Events, there are tons of success stories that you can watch. And again, it also goes back to remembering, like, we think a shake and a workout won't change someone's life, and then we forget that there are people out there that it can be life-changing for, because they have it so much worse than you. And we tend to judge people's story or how we think they're doing from what we see. But in reality, you have no idea what's going on at home. Like, you have no idea what's going on for them. And you have no idea what this can do and how it can make them feel. I mean, all of us are on the phone because it changed our lives. And at the time, we didn't think it was going to change our life. It would, a shake, a workout. And it did. So like prejudging the fact that we downplay it and think that it's not big enough to change someone's life. But that's us judging for other people.
And on social media, we do post the best. And so you don't really know what's going on. And I will say, if you're a new coach and like you don't have a lot to share because you just started, share other people's stories. Like my husband, the shake has literally changed his life because he can't have raw fruits and vegetables. He can't have anything healthy. Like if he has a salad, he'll literally die. He's that allergic to raw fruits and vegetables and a plethora of other things. And the fact that he can have Shakeology, he was like, I really feel like I'm going to live longer now. Because the whole reason why we started him on Shakeology was because he was like, there's no way I'm going to live past 50. Because he couldn't eat, it was like processed food. When I met him, it was literally like Stouffer's mac and cheese, Taco Bell, like anything processed, because he wasn't allergic to it. He can have that.
Right.
He was like, there's no way I'm going to even live till 50. And then the first time he had Shakeology, I was watching him like, is it going to kill him? Is today going to be the day? Because there's so many good things. And now he's the healthiest he's ever been, literally because of Shakeology. So share like those stories. If you don't have your own story, plenty of us do.
Oh, sure. Jen down there has gotten her blood tested so many times since starting Shakeology, and the nurses that always test her blood are asking her outright what she's doing because her blood has changed so much. That's cool to see. I know that happened for Ashley Gibson too. She had the doctor ask her, what are you doing? Like, I've never seen people's levels like this at your age, because she's in her 30s.
Oh yeah, they said the other thing I get all the time is what it's done for my skin, for even fine lines, wrinkles, everything. And everybody still flips. You're 40? I thought you were like 20 something. And like, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But the funny, I was going to say, going back to, when we're talking about the positive and way that we're thinking, I've seen this video where he talks about we get and we see what we look for. And the funny thing is, the first time I watched it, I kept thinking, yeah, but I also see this color and this color dominant. And then it wasn't him. I guess I've seen somebody else, in a positive talk use that same analogy with the colors. And I always thought it's really interesting. I love how they say the other color is the opportunity, the other color is the negative, one color is this. There are those that train themselves to look for every opportunity wherever there is, in every conversation, in every hard hit in your life, in every failure. You look for the color of opportunity. But I started something over the weekend. I'll be honest, writing down affirmations, I don't always believe them. I listen to different people and go, woo-hoo, everybody feeling powerful. And then somebody gave me the idea of recording memos of my own voice talking to myself.
Ooh, I love it.
When I'm in a really good mood, I tell myself something in the most powerful attitude. And then now I listen to that when I start feeling that shaky and that fear of things going through. And I'm going to tell you, that is going to help new coaches. I think off the bat, until we believe that, yes, writing it down too, I do believe that. But I realized I needed somebody to tell me more than I'd like to admit, but I didn't need just somebody. I needed me to tell me that. As we say, we need to reinforce it. So when you hear your own voice going, oh my gosh, you're awesome, look what you did, and you put that in there, I'm talking to myself like I'm a freaking rock star. Guys, it feels so different doing it that way.
Because it's your self-talk. We develop self-talk at such a young age, and we don't realize how it starts and the path that it goes down, because it just becomes such a subconscious part of us. I remember realizing Simon had started self-talk like in the last year and a half, as I heard him all of a sudden talking out loud. And I was like, Peter, he's talking to himself. And I was like, this is where the work begins, because this is where a whole bunch of stuff started for us as kids, where we started telling ourselves horrible things that aren't true, right? Your self-talk starts at such a young age, and it's crazy what you can tell yourself and believe for so long.
But it's that paired with the superpower to me is, if I'm getting in a funk, it's because I'm not being grateful. So to me, that is something I've realized internally for me, that I need to sit down, take 5 to 10 minutes and bust out and do that self-talk of everything that's beautiful and amazing in my life. And all of a sudden it lifts this heavy. And so I really think the attitude of gratitude is huge. It's just everything. And you know, we've talked about that for how long, you know, in changing our attitudes and starting our day with that self-care. But the self-care starts with, I mean, just being grateful. But yeah.
These are questions I like to ask myself instead of lousy questions, right? Like, why does this always happen? Or why is this hard? I like to say, how is this happening for me? Like, to help me, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can I let this be for me? And then I ask myself, how is this an opportunity instead of a problem? Because when you just see it as a problem, that's all you see, right? But when you ask, how is this an opportunity? You see a solution. You can find a solution. And everything is always an opportunity.
Yeah.
Happening for you. So I also write that down every morning, right? I see opportunity everywhere. I turn problems into opportunities. I write that down every day because it will help you flip that in your conversations, even with people. Anybody have any questions or anything else they want to add? New coaches, is there anything specifically that you're struggling with or that you want to talk about or that you want help with? No? All right. Well, then let's do a picture. Was this helpful at all? Yes? Okay. Hey, Shay, I'm going to put you on the spot one last time before we do our picture. What would you say helped you flip from thinking that no one wants to buy a challenge pack and get the shakes to not seeing that as a problem anymore?
Did you hear him?
No.
He goes, my husband. Which is true, though, because he is like my biggest support. But I think it was honestly allowing myself a few wins. I honestly think like seeing my potential and moving through like my own stuff. So like listening to personal development was huge. These calls were even better. Pouring into the team that we have has been huge because it was all a mind shift thing. Like we all have the tools and the capabilities to be huge in this business. And we all have like this amazing power within us to do big things, but we hold ourselves back because that's comfortable. It's so comfortable to just not do it. And it's so comfortable to not send out invites. And it's so comfortable to not get on the call. And I think it was a matter of pushing through that comfortability and pouring belief into myself, but also like allowing other people to pour into me, because that was always kind of a roadblock for me, that when people tried to tell me positive things or tried to help me with anything, like that was a roadblock. I was like, nope, I'm not those things. I'm not capable. I'm not worthy of that. And allowing other people to pour into me helps.
Yes. Because I think the biggest thing, and you know this, that new coaches struggle with is, well, people just want the workouts.
Yes.
They don't want the shake.
Or they've already heard of Beachbody. Or I see them going to the gym. They don't want to work out at home. Like we talk about this all the time. We tell other people's story before they even tell us. And so we see somebody online, and I'm doing this right now. And I will just be honest. I have this couple who I know would be a powerhouse. They're like, they go to the gym. They are like super in shape. Like they would be amazing Beachbody coaches. And I'm terrified to reach out. Like they're on my number one list today. I put them on my list today because I always do my list. And they're my number one because I've already written their story for them. And I've been watching them for months, and I've already written their story of they're not going to want this. they go to the gym, so they're not going to want these workouts. But I don't know that. And so I'm just holding myself back because it's scary. But I know the second I reach out to them, they're going to be like, yeah, tell me more information. And then they're going to be a house couple that's going to like completely blow everything out of the water. So.
And I think it's the Tony Robbins, look for red, look for red, look for brown, look for brown. So I tell new coaches, if you've told yourself it's really hard to sell challenge packs and that everybody just wants to work out, so that's all you'll find, because that's all you've been telling yourself to look for. That's the brown that you've been looking for everywhere. So you're going to find brown everywhere. If you tell yourself, there are tons of people out there who totally want to sign up the same way I did, and they want to do this too, and they want to go all in and change with me, you're going to look for red, and you're going to see red, and you'll get red.
Well, and honestly, that's how I got Noah to Diamond in a week, is because I made a decision that it was going to happen, and I just did it. And they were all the same people I've been talking to. It wasn't anything special. It was literally that I saw the opportunity. And it's the same thing, like when you really want a specific car.
Yeah.
I was telling Noah, because I have like my dream car back, but then I was like, maybe in a few years I'm going to buy a brand new one, or maybe I'll buy a Range Rover. And guess what? I see Range Rovers everywhere now. And it's not because there's more of them out there. It's just because that's what I was looking at. And it's the same thing with coaching.
Right. Totally. All right. Let's snap a quick picture. Get everybody on the screen. Julia, you want to call your girls over? They can come over and do a picture. All right, guys. 1, 2, 3. So cute. Love seeing everybody on. All right, go look for red today, or brown, or whatever your color is. Just make sure it's one that's serving you, not the one that's comfortable. Okay, everybody have an awesome day. See you guys tomorrow.